All right, so here's Simba. I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what happened. Whatever she says is a fallacy. All right, so I'm not gonna be super explicit, just so you know. I'm gonna like use code words. All right, so it was a cool dark afternoon night. I this was college, right? It was college. Yeah, this was in college. I was home on a break, and I had my lovely girlfriend there, and we. Well, actually, let me back up. So my friend and I heard about this thing called when you Simba. That's the thing, quote unquote. It's called a Simba, and you know how in the Lion King how Rafiki goes Simba like on his forehead. So the idea is that you do that with, we'll say, Cool Whip. So you do that with Cool Whip, right? So the whole idea is that when you Cool Whip, you know, you're like, it's Simba. You like do that. And me and my friends are like, oh, that's kind of funny. Let's see who the first person in our friend group is that could do that, right? So we had a bet, and I was with Alexis, and her and I were just, you know, hanging out, shopping for Cool Whip. And so we were shopping for Cool Whip, and it got to the point where we found the Cool Whip, and the Cool Whip was on discount, and so we got the Cool Whip, and I basically, in the moment of buying the Cool Whip, if you will, put some on her forehead, and I said Simba, and she said, Tim, what the F, OMG, I think you hit me. It's like a little slap, like, oh my God, slap. Went to the bathroom at the grocery store and cleaned up, and she came back, and that was it.
Okay, so we're hanging out at the grocery store.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk. Yeah. Talk.
So we're at the grocery store, and we get the Cool Whip. The Cool Whip is on my stomach. Okay. So am I allowed to say that?
I guess.
Okay. So we're just laying there at the grocery store, and he starts to laugh, and I'm like, what are you laughing at? And he was like, nothing, nothing. And I was like, why are you laughing? And he was like, well, it's just something me and my friends are talking about. And I was like, okay. I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, well, there's this thing called the Simba. And I was like, I have no idea what that is. And he was like, well, basically it's like where they take your thumb, you put
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip. I got it, thanks.
All right.
Put Cool Whip on it, and then you put it on the girl's forehead. And I was like, oh,
but you
yeah.
say Simba.
And I was like, oh, yeah? And he was like, yeah. And he's like, we have a bet to see who can do it first. And I was like, oh, you do? I was like, so who's done it first? And he was like, well, no, none of us have done it. And I was like, do you want to be the first one? And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, do you want to be the first one to do it? And he was like, you're going to let me? I was like, sure. I was like, it's already on my Cool Whip's already on my stomach, so why not put the Cool Whip on my forehead? And you can be all cool to your friends. And he was like, oh, okay. So he's like, all right, let me do this. I can see you. Stop. And so he's like, okay, let me do this. And so then he like puts the Cool Whip on my forehead, and he's like,
that is not how it went. Are you good?
That was how it went.
Okay.
I was like,
I believe her. Yeah, sure you do, Chet. You known her for how long? How long has she been on the stream for? What? 2 days? I've been here forever.